Today's world is very, very strange. We live in a world where we strive for perfection. We see perfection everywhere that we go. We are striving for perfection every single waking moment of the day without even thinking about what it took for that person to get to that perfect life. We see it everywhere on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Discords, on fucking Twitter. We strive for perfection regardless of if there were any mistakes made throughout that time frame. We genuinely did forget what it was like to enjoy the process and struggle through with the motions. It makes it a little bit jarring to think that there were any sort of struggle throughout that time frame to achieve that perfect universe. Even within our own families and even within our own friend groups, we see the most perfect version of them because that's all they present us with. We genuinely did forget that there was a process to get to that point in their lives. Even whenever you look at your parents, you look at your brothers and sisters or peers that are around you, that are younger than you, that are even older than you, they seem to be completely okay. They don't seem to be struggling whatsoever. It makes us envious. It makes us a little jealous. But we have to remember there was a period where they did have to struggle to get there. They did have to make sacrifices. They did end up struggling a little bit before they were able to get to that perfect life. And that comes with a lot of stuff in life. It does come with even more than our artistic endeavors. Whenever it comes to working out, whenever it comes to school, whenever it comes to video editing, whenever it comes to creating art, painting, or making music, we genuinely forgot that there was a process in trying to be the most perfect version of whatever it is that we set our goal to be. Whenever I say we have lofty expectations in our brain, I'm not necessarily saying that our goals are too high or we set out super unrealistic standards for ourselves. What I'm trying to say is that somewhere inside of us, there is something that is preventing us to accept the fact that there is a process and to make those first steps. And hell, even whenever we do make those first steps, it's very, very hard for us to continue going through with the motions because something intrinsically in us is preventing us from actually going through the process. Whether it is supreme burnout from our 9-to-5s, whether it's our family or our friends that are taking up and draining all of our energy, we genuinely cannot figure out a way to get out of our own head. It would be a whole lot simpler if we could take our brain apart and make it easier to show. And it becomes unhealthy whenever we self-sabotage ourselves into a corner because we see everybody else achieving these kinds of goals or achieving something that's similar to what we're trying to strive for. A lot of this can stem from my last video, my previous video that I just published, my Deadpool one. The recording section was within the first week of Deadpool releasing. And throughout the entire 2.5 or 3.5 video that I had recorded and bulked up, I could not find myself to just open up the editing program. Something in me was preventing me from achieving what I set myself out to achieve. Regardless of if it is my own fault, regardless of if I have some deep-rooted depression that I still haven't gone over. Hell, maybe I'm accidentally exposing that I have undiagnosed ADHD. Something in me was just preventing me from going out to achieve publishing a video, making and publishing a video. And even in that video itself, there wasn't like it was super complicated editing or anything. It was just my brain telling me that I couldn't do it today for some reason. I want to try to level the playing field because this is something that is relatable within a lot of us. It doesn't even have to be video editing. It could be literally everything else in life. Whether it comes to school, whether it comes to getting yourself a degree, a diploma, or setting yourself into a higher standard than you see yourself as. There's just something inside of our brains that is telling us that we can't do this today for whatever reason. Even outside of ourselves, even whenever we are looking out in the outside world, there's a whole lot more out there that is telling us that we can't really do this. Because let's face it, there's not a whole lot of hope going on out in the world right now. We're going through 3 different wars right now, and the entertainment industry, the foundation of that is falling apart as it seems. There's not a whole lot of hope going on right now. Regardless of whatever is going on outside, all of these are internal struggles. All of these are battles within ourselves. Because regardless of if we have any sort of these mental diagnoses, regardless of if we even have family matters, if we have people in our lives that are not giving us the support that we deserve, we have to figure out some sort of way to make that process enjoyable again. Because every single time that we take a little bit of time out of our day to achieve whatever it is that we need to achieve, to get whatever it is that we need to get done, that's a goal within itself. It's those little baby steps that makes it all worth it. Being constantly told that you have to tackle this thing head first every single day, being told to tackle it head on and make a very, very big leap into it is also something that should be strived for. But if you don't have those outside support groups, if you don't have anybody outside that's helping you achieve that big leap, you have to figure out a way to make those baby steps. And at the end of the day, regardless of if you were even able to tackle whatever it was that you got going on, the simple fact that you were even able to wake up and get out of bed in the morning is an achievement in itself. Take care of yourselves out there.